Morning, everyone. And first, I want to thank everyone for joining our new group, You Can Do Your Own Books, hosted by myself, Martisha Watson, CPA. All right, so the goal of this group is going to teach you as a small business owner how to complete your own bookkeeping. And most importantly, the reason why you're here today is that every Saturday morning, I will host a video event called Saturday Morning Bookkeeping Nuggets, where you all will learn a new aspect of bookkeeping every Saturday morning live. All right, so today is going to be our first one. I am very excited. Now, getting started with your bookkeeping as a small business owner, the first thing we need to do is what? It's going to be to decide on a bookkeeping software. That's going to be the most important piece of building a groundwork to get started with your bookkeeping. You'll have this software for years. Of course, you can definitely switch softwares, upgrade to something better. However, a lot of times, the different softwares don't integrate with each other. So you run the risk of losing your past data. You run the risk of losing some bookkeeping that you've completed now, and then 2 years later you need to go back and look at it. Well, if you switched over to a different software and they didn't integrate with each other, then you run the risk of losing your past data. So we just want to make sure that we start out with something that we that's going to work for our business, that we'll definitely be committed to. But in any event, if it doesn't work, the best time to switch over is when you decide that it doesn't work, rather than using it for 2-3 years and then switching over later. All right, so let's get started, and I'll share some of the most common bookkeeping softwares with you, and I'll let you know the one that I actually recommend as well. Okay, so today the softwares that we're going to be discussing is going to be QuickBooks, and also we'll discuss QuickBooks Self-Employed, which is a different version of QuickBooks. We have Wave and also Zero Accounting. So we'll go over those four. All right, so let's start with QuickBooks. So for QuickBooks, QuickBooks has 4 different software. So we have the Simple Start, Essentials, Plus, and also the Advanced version. All right. So as a business owner, it's okay to start with the Simple Start. They usually have a subscription for all of the QuickBooks platforms, so where if you sign up, you'll get a discount for 3 months. But when you're picking the software, don't think about the 3-month discount. Think about the regular pricing for long term. For example, if you're going with Simple Start, $30 a month at the regular price is not a huge investment. So great pricing. However, if you start and you want all of the bells and whistles and you go with Plus, you're looking at $85 a month. And the thing about Plus is if you use all of the features, so all of the bells and whistles, and you want to downgrade to Simple Start, you might lose a lot of your data, because if you're using, for example, it has class tracking, and you may not know what class tracking is right now, but no worries, we'll definitely go over class tracking in one of our later videos. But if you are using class tracking and you want to downgrade to Simple Start, then it won't work, because the only thing you can do is upgrade to Advanced. And I'll say that. So that's just a introduction of QuickBooks. This is going to be the pricing. Now, QuickBooks is going to pretty much let you do everything that you need to do as a business owner to complete your bookkeeping. So you can track your income and expenses. You can send invoices to your clients and your customers. You'll also be able to run reports. There's a ton of reports that you can run in QuickBooks, which I'll definitely let you know what are the main reports that you need as a small business owner to make great management analytical decisions. They also have the mileage tracker. You can run payroll in QuickBooks, and you can also send 1099s to your contractors. And of course, if you're running payroll, you'll be able to send W-2s. So QuickBooks is going to give you that one-stop shop to where you can get your bookkeeping done. But as your business grows, you will be able to upgrade from Simple Start to Essentials to Plus. And if your business takes off, you can upgrade to the Advanced plan. Advance, of course, is going to be the most expensive option here at $200. However, if your business ever gets to a point where you need advance, then I'm sure you'll be able to afford that monthly fee. And fingers crossed, that would definitely be the goal. All right. The next platform that we are going to have will be QuickBooks Self-Employed. Now, QuickBooks Self-Employed is going to be a great option for getting started. Right now, the pricing for QuickBooks Self-Employed, and remember, we're just going to look at the regular pricing, is $15 a month right here. They do have the other where you can bundle it with your tax preparation. However, being a CPA, I don't necessarily recommend that you do your own taxes. I do work with a lot of clients, and one thing that I see when new clients come to me is that you run the risk of missing a lot of deductions by doing your own tax preparation. So we'll just stick with the basic self-employed for now, coming in at $15 a month. Now, this self-employed version works great when you're starting a new business. When you're starting a new business, it's very DIY friendly, so do it yourself friendly. Help you also estimate your quarterly taxes. So as a small business owner, if you're going to owe $1,000 or more at the end of the year to the IRS or your state revenue agency, then you are required to make quarterly estimated tax payments. Now, the $1,000 threshold is specifically for the IRS. Each state may have their own threshold, but if you're not sure, definitely just send me a message or comment below and we'll check out your state threshold for you. All right, so with QuickBooks Self-Employed, what are you going to get? You're going to get a very DIY, so do-it-yourself, user-friendly platform. Also, QuickBooks Self-Employed, based on the bookkeeping that you do in there, they will let you know, hey, this is the quarterly estimated tax that you should pay to the IRS. Also, they do have the mileage tracking. So QuickBooks Self-Employed has the mileage tracking, and also all of the other QuickBooks softwares have the mileage tracking. What the mileage tracking is that at the end of the year, if you are going to be taking an auto deduction, then the IRS does require that you keep a mileage tracker. Now, there are exceptions to the rules, so when you don't need to track your mileage, but for the most part, most business owners, you do need to be tracking your mileage. And that's whether you're going to be taking the standard mileage deduction or if you're going to take actual expenses. And the reason why you need to track your mileage if you're going to take actual expenses is because a lot of us use our personal vehicles for business. So you may go to the grocery store, but you may also have to run to Office Depot. So that full mileage of going to the grocery store and using your vehicle to go to Office Depot to get supplies for your business is not going to be deductible. Only the Office Depot portion is going to be deductible. So the way that it works with the actual is that you'll track your personal miles throughout the year, and then you'll also track your business mileage. And those two mileages will be calculated to determine your business use percentage. So if you end up using your vehicle 50% for a business, then if you use actual, so that's where you are taking your fuel expenses, repairs and maintenance on your vehicle, your monthly card note interest payments, and just pretty much anything that you need to keep the vehicle and keep the upkeep of it. If your business use percentage is only 50%, you're only going to get a deduction for 50% of those items. We will go more into how the mileage, deduction works, but just wanted to give you a quick nugget. Yep. On you need to be tracking your mileage. So if your bookkeeping software is going to give you a mileage tracker already included, that's definitely a plus. All right, so the next one we are going to go to is going to be Wave. So with Wave is also a very DIY user-friendly software. And I will also link these in the description below. I'll link the website link so you can see it. Now, some of the pros and cons of Wave is going to be that Wave does have a free option. It has a free option. Well, it is free. Let's just say that, because right now I'm not even seeing a paid. Oh, yeah, I don't see a paid option. So Wave is going to be free. The only thing is that Wave does allow you to invoice your clients and invoice your customers, but they do charge a credit card processing fee, which any bookkeeping software that you use, or just payment processing software, so like Square or Stripe, you are going to get charged those credit card fees. So that's just something, to think about when you're deciding, hey, should I use Wave or QuickBooks, to invoice my clients, to accept payments? I would recommend that you compare the payment processing fees when you're making that determination. But in any event, you don't have to use these bookkeeping softwares to accept payments. If you're already using Square, you can definitely continue to use that. If you're already using PayPal, you continue to use that. A lot of these bookkeeping softwares, they do integrate with those payment softwares. And we'll go more over the integrations in another one of our future videos. We have so much to cover about bookkeeping. So, every Saturday, we'll just choose one aspect to cover, and we'll keep going. And the goal will be just to build up your bookkeeping software, build up your accounting and your financial reports. Wave does have a payroll option. With every software that does include payroll, it will be an added cost. All right. So pretty much your main benefit of Wave is that it's going to be free. It's going to be free. And it also is very user friendly. Now, whenever something's free, it does have, sometimes there's going to be things that you can't do. One thing I love about QuickBooks is there's always a lot of workarounds. So with Wave, it's designed so that the business owner that is doing their own bookkeeping, you don't mess up a lot. So it won't let you do a lot of stuff, but it lets you do what you need to do. All right, so the next one we're going to go to is going to be Xero. Xero is going to be very similar to Wave. It's going to be very similar to Wave in that it is very user-friendly. It's going to be made for the DIY, and there's a lot of stuff that you can't do, but it's made to do everything that you, for the most part, need to do. But there won't be a lot of workarounds like QuickBooks gives you. All right, let's see if we could get the pricing here for Xero. All right, here under plans. Okay, now very cost effective. So it looks like, and remember, we're looking at the regular pricing. So it's going to be $13 a month. And then for the growing plan, it's going to be $37 a month. So it will allow you to send invoices. However, it looks like on the early plan, the invoices are only limited to about 20. It looks like the invoices are only limited to about 20. And then if you get the growing plan, it looks like you'll have unlimited invoices. However, you will be able to complete your bookkeeping in here. The only thing you won't be able to do is like when we discussed in QuickBooks, the class tracking option, you will need to get the established version, which you'll be looking at about $70 a month. It does have the payroll add-on option. And I'm not seeing here that it has the mileage tracker, but that's definitely something that we can look into later to see if this does have the mileage tracker. Now, Xero does have a simple inventory management system. So if you are a business that tracks your inventory and you don't want the stress, you want the DIY user-friendly version, then Xero may be your go-to. I will say that inventory tracker is not that simple in QuickBooks. It does get confusing. It does get stressful, but Xero, they have more so of a simple inventory management system. All right, so we've went over 4. We did QuickBooks, QuickBooks Self-Employed, Wave, and also Xero. As an accountant, as your CPA, I recommend that you use QuickBooks. The reason why I recommend that you use QuickBooks is the goal is for your business to grow. As we said in the beginning, fingers crossed, your business will take off. With QuickBooks, you can definitely upgrade as you go. So if I start with the simple start plan and that plan no longer fits my business needs, I can upgrade to Essentials. And Essentials, I've used it for a year. It no longer fits my business needs. I can upgrade to Plus. OMG, I've messed up my books. I need to fix them. QuickBooks is they have a lot of workarounds for you to fix stuff. Also, you will be able to share. You can send your accountant an accountant only invites. You know, if you need assistance, so you've tried to do it yourself, but maybe you messed up something, you can definitely send your accountant an invite to look at stuff. And then, you know, us accountants, we have the accountant version of QuickBooks, which gives us a different look on your books than you do. And it allows us to do things faster. But it's going to be your one-stop shop for all of your bookkeeping needs. Now, QuickBooks is an investment. It is going to be an investment. So if this pricing does not work for you, then it's beneficial for you to look at one of the other ones. I will say that our series on do-it-yourself bookkeeping, we will be focusing on doing your bookkeeping in QuickBooks. However, a lot of the tools and just the basic knowledge of bookkeeping, you will be able to utilize it in these other softwares. But if you want to specifically follow the program will be designed to follow Intuit QuickBooks. So I would recommend that you definitely start with the simple start plan. For QuickBooks Self-Employed, this works great, you know, if you want to get your business started, but you're not really sure on the growth, or your business may just, you know, just be steady, just have steady, be steady, not really like major growth. The thing about QuickBooks Self-Employed is you are not necessarily able to upgrade to one of the other QuickBooks using QuickBooks Self-Employed. So there may be a point where you have to start over if you were to upgrade. With Wave and Xero, again, it's going to depend on if you want to use a free software. So maybe you just want to try it out. You're not sure if you want to do your own bookkeeping, but you at least want to learn how it works and you just want to try it out. No harm, no foul. You haven't agreed to any pricing. Wave is definitely going to be your go-to. And with Xero, their pricing is relatively comparable to QuickBooks. So in that case, you know, you may want to decide, is Xero just more beneficial for me to use if I have an inventory-based business? I may decide to go ahead and use Xero. All right, so with that being said, my recommendation is going to be for you to start with QuickBooks Simple Start or QuickBooks Essentials. But comment below and let me know what you decided to start with. All right, so that's going to end our Saturday bookkeeping morning nugget for today. Let me know other topics that you would like for us to discuss. We can definitely have a discussion about this bookkeeping nugget that I gave you today in the comments below. And just be sure to tune in on next Saturday for the next bookkeeping nugget that we go over. All right, and I hope that you all enjoyed this video and I hope that you enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you.